Hello, everybody. We're here for Wildcard Wednesday, and I am in Louisiana, and I'm joined by Jean-Pierre, who's in Alabama over there and on the Gulf Coast with me. He's the Beverage Ramble. Miscellaneous Magnus is watching. You can join if you'd like. I'm going to put the link down here. Daryl. Hello, Daryl. Hello, Spirit Animal. Wait, let me put the link. Copy, and I'll paste it. And up on another coast, on the East Coast, is Michael Komaroff, and then even further up the coast, Michael's in Brooklyn, New York City, New York. Jean is in Mobile, Alabama. I'm in Louisiana. And then further up the coast, we have Nina Yo, who's in Rhode Island. And then Bumpy Road Brewery is not on the coast. But his state does touch the coast, correct? Yes.
Yeah, we're on the coast.
But you don't live on the coastal plain.
About 30 miles up the ocean.
What Bumpy lacks in coast, What Bumpy lacks in coast, he makes up for in freedom and death, right?
Right. Well,
okay, so you're close. You're closer to the Atlantic than I thought. Okay, here comes Miscellaneous Magnus, and he is close to the coast.
Cheers, guys.
He's in Florida on the Atlantic coast, right?
Yep. Yeah, East Coast, mid-state. I can throw a rock and hit the. Oh shit! So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, yeah, throw a rock and hit.
Sorry, guys. I found the video.
Okay, what's that? Well,
hey, Miscellaneous, good evening. My friend, how you doing?
You can tell Michael
sure.
when you get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing the beers before we get bogged down and all of that. And if anybody else wants to join, we can add people. All we do is drop people and then add, and then it's pretty easy to do usually. Okay, so tonight I have this beer. I'm going first because I know it's rude to go first, but I'm too scatterbrained that if I go last, I'll probably forget to do the beer. I'll be like, oh, I forgot to do my beer. I can't handle it. All right, here's Bosom Double IPAs from Rhinelander Brewing. It's a twin screw steamer. India Pale Ale. It's 8.4% alcohol. It's 75 international bitterness units. It says 293rd day of 2021, which means they're giving it a year, so it's the 293rd day of this year. It was cheap. I mean, I bought this 4-pack, this 6-pack at Trader Joe's for $4.99. Crazy, right? For an Imperial IPA. Now,
Can't beat that.
I know, right? And in case you think Rhinelander beers are only sold at Trader Joe's, it's not the case. I think some of their brands are like this. But here's Rhinelander. Here's an old can. I don't know what happened to my newer can, but this is an old can of Rhinelander from the 80s. Then at another local store around here, they sell 2 Rhinelander beers. It's called Can Do Lager and Can Do Light Lager. So for some reason, that company's offerings are expanding around here. It's like more and more people are starting to sell it. Well, it's no problem for me. Okay, it's an advantage for me because I get to try new things. So it's got race.
Trader Joe's, right?
Yes, is where I bought this one.
All right.
The Can Do I bought at Rouse's. Now it has a thick, mostly white head. It's a little off-white, and it's an orange appearance with the light shining through it. You can't see the light shining through it, right? Because you're not on my side of the bottle, the glass. But on my side, it's more golden with the light shining through it. But I can see with the light shining at it, it's more orange. And I'm going to update the comments, y'all. Don't worry. So the aroma. Well, let me say, if you like juicy hops, so I have like that juicy fruit aroma. This might be for you. Now, this beer is unusual, so it could throw people. It's I odd product, but they've improved it. I think they've improved it over the last 10 years. So it's you can smell the pale malts, and it's pretty intense. 8.4, 75. So cheers, you all.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, Ron.
Thank you. And if you get muted, don't take it personally. It's just I hear sometimes little tweaks and twistles and fandangos and imbroglios. So I mute it just to for clarity's sake. This thing is so bitter. It's setting off. I see some people waiting, so just be patient down there in the waiting area, and you will be added as time permits. You will be added. It's a bitter bomb. If you're not into bitter hops, you ain't gonna like it. If you like juicy beers, and I don't mean New England style juicy IPAs. I think you know what I'm talking about, like the savory hop juiciness. This might work. The body, hey man, it's pretty, well, it's not, I wouldn't call it heavy, but it's high medium. The finish is semi or mostly dry, and the bitterness is kicking in like madness. I mean, it's building. It's like grapefruit. Like, you know how when you eat grapefruit, you got to add sugar because you can't stand it. It's bitter like that. I don't know. It's hitting me like mad love. Okay. Some people would think this ale is bad blood. All right, now I'm gonna get off.
Why does it sound like you're singing? Sound like you were singing a Taylor Swift song.
We don't sing anybody's songs on this channel.
Okay.
Anything you hear is an absolute coincidence, and I'm unanimous in that. Now, going on to Michael, who's going to talk about his German beer, and I'm gonna before Michael goes on, I'm gonna drop off and add the next person in line, number 7. I'm person number 1 because I started the hangout, and then I'm gonna add 7. So 1 is going off and 7's coming on, and then you'll see comments getting updated at that point.
Okay. Today I have for you Walter's Pilsner from Germany. And that seems like to be a new can because I remember it coming in a different color can than this, but had the similar can design. It just was in a different color. And it follows all the German purity laws. This is a 16.9 ounce can. Let me open it up and pour it into a glass. Try to avoid an Alex pour. I've been pretty good lately. So far, so good. I can't get the whole beer into the glass, but let's see if you can see it. A lot of carbonation bubbles going up the side. It's a clear golden yellow color. Let me get a nose on it. You get the some grain. It's very clean smelling. Get a little bit of the hops. Let me go in for a sip. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
It's very clean tasting as well. You're getting the grains, like I said. Goes down pretty easy. It's 4.9%. I didn't mention, so it's a session type beer and very easy drinking. Let me take another sip. You get a little bit of the hops, but it's not hop forward. Some of the malts are coming in as well. It's pretty well crafted beer, though. I mean, I would recommend this. I don't know how widely available it is in New York. I've seen this in a lot of beer stores and bodegas, and you can find it around. But it's not all over, but you can find it. The place I got it from had a whole bunch of different German beers right in the same section. So this was one I wanted, a Pilsner, so I picked this up. We'll be coming back around later for a number, so I'll be thinking of one. It's quite good, though. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Who is next then? Would that be me? Okay.
There, I guess it's me.
All right, Bobby.
So what I'm bringing is St. Bernardus Patter 6. Comes at 6.7% ABV. From what I can understand from my readings about Belgian brews and stuff, is Patter style beers are like second, third runnings of their larger beers. Beers that the monks would brew for the public, and then they reuse the same mash and do extra runnings or whatnot, kind of like batch sparging, and you get lesser and lesser ABV. So I think these are more known as like a table beer, something that the monks would actually be drinking versus a 12% quad or something. So that's my understanding on it. Anyways, I'm not exactly sure what this one is supposed to be, if it's its own style, as far as like its own malt bill and all that, or if it's just extra runs of another style. First time having it, so I didn't know what the color was going to be, but it looks like it is going to be a brown. So maybe something like from a quad. So I'm going to go in maybe expecting some of the same similar qualities as a quad or a Duvel, but lighter. That's what I'm thinking. The head on this, it's kind of a khaki, yellowish head. The bubbles are mostly medium. It is holding a decent head even for the size of the bubbles, but I think it will start to break down. Color of the beer itself, it's like a mahogany and amber-esque red. If I hold it up to light, I'm not sure if it's gonna. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of get it on the this side right here. You can kind of see the reddish hue. Other than that, it looks brown. And the aromas on this, a little bit bready, very slight hint of like a caramel and kind of fruit, almost like a dark fruit, like a plum type deal, but it just seems it's so light on that nose. There's definitely a like a brown bread or a biscuit type aroma from the malts. All right. Well, going for the first swig. Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Totally.
Bottoms up.
Oh, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's very, very light on the flavors. It's got that kind of light brown bread note, a little bit of a light cherry, candy cherry, light plum-esque or raisin-esque flavors. Kind of feels light on the body too. Pretty wet, very, very highly carbonated. A spritzy beer. But overall, it's really, really light on the flavors. It's kind of disappointing coming from St. Bernardus. Like I said, I think that the style is basically the second and third runnings. So, I mean, you get less and less sugars out of the already used malts, and you get less and less flavors too that way. Cheers. I'm going to continue to drink on this and try to fit it in somewhere with a scale, a score between 0
Very nice.
and 100.
Yeah, we'll enjoy that one, Bumpy.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Hope all y'all enjoying yourselves. Tonight, I am drinking Kahabe Brewing Company's Oka Uba IPA. It is 7.5% ABV. It is a traditional American-style IPA. Here's what the beer looks like. I've been sipping on it for a little while now while everybody's doing their reviews. As you can see, it'll look like your standard IPA, and it has your standard IPA scent, as you can tell. Very citrusy, very malty, some strong aroma, very strong hops. I'm sure the traditional hops that we're all accustomed to seeing in this, whether it be Cascade, Centennial, Mosaic style hops in this, or Armadillo hops, which are, but very potent, very strong. I don't know, would this be considered, because of the high ABV, 7.5, it says American, I'm thinking, I guess what would we say an Imperial IPA ABV, guys, would be at maybe 8%, 9%, somewhere around there?
Probably.
Yeah. So 7.5 is kind of teetering on it, but so far, your standard, IPA that I've had previously, whether it be from Lagunitas, whether it be from Harpin, whether it be from Good People, kind of in that same range. Again, very malty, very, very citrusy. Is not overly fruity as like some New England style IPAs, but good enough. Just a good, decent thing to have with some kind of heavy, maybe a nice, what I'm saying, maybe a pizza with some red pepper flakes on top of it, or maybe you want to do I don't know, I guess something heavy, I guess, I don't know, a chicken parm sandwich, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, and believe me, I wish I could have my mom's chicken parm right now. Yeah, ain't that amazing? My mom, born in Haiti, knows how to make a damn good chicken parm.
All right.
Go
right
pig.
on.
But
You're resourceful on an island. An islander is
exactly.
resourceful.
Exactly. So, but this would probably pair well with that. So I will give you my score later on in the evening, and more. I'll give you a hint. It will be positive. So there you go.
All right. And it's Nina's turn.
Oh, it's my turn? All right. Let me,
Live in center.
I'm live. All right. I've got the Two Roads tonight. Two Roads Brewery, the Cruise Control. I'm sure there's some kind of like ZZ Top reference or something I could be making about like bad nationwide cruise control, all these kinds of things. But I've got a nice Two Roads glass too tonight.
Sweet.
Anyway, this is their Helles Lager. Before my computer went down, I had their IBUs identified. Let's see if I can pull that up. Two Roads, 89 out of 100 on beerandbrewing.com. IBU listed as 20 on that website. So, yeah, this is from Connecticut, like up near Massachusetts, like above Hartford, kind of near
Yep.
Bradley Airport, I believe, is kind of where they are. Yeah. So should pour like a Helles. If I remember correctly, this doesn't fizz up as much as the Jack's Abbey Helles, which is like fizzy beyond, beyond. It's just a beautiful fizzy beer. But look at the head on this. I got like 3 or so fingers. A little bit of a hazy yet very clear. I guess it's not that hazy. It's got kind of that golden color to it. Nice and it's got nice little racing bubbles. Again, it's got this nice head. Oh, it's got a real nice smell. They make wonderful beer, except for their Pilsner. Their Pilsner is pretty good, but this Cruise Control, from my experience, has never been disappointing. You get kind of a really doughy kind of Connecticut pizza sort of a vibe from this one. It's very pleasant. Got their factory pictured on here, their signature. I don't know if I see. Yeah, there it is.
It came in nice and clear there.
There you go. They got their the two. I've never seen that symbol before. It looks like a steering wheel grabbing a hand grabbing a steering wheel with the two. Anyway, effortlessly refreshing. And this is the last of this really cute, tiny 6-pack of cans that I bought. Not at a cute price. It was over $10, but that is a can tax state, Connecticut. I don't see Two Roads too often in Rhode Island. And this Helles really grabbed my attention because I do love my lagers. And when you see a Munich-style German Helles, you should probably grab it because I don't think they. Well, I don't know. I've had a couple of missteps in that department, but most of the East Coast Helles-style lagers are pretty good in my opinion. I've had really good luck with. It's not coming to me right now, but there's one that I really. Oh, yeah, Jack Savvy. That's a flagship East Coast Helles lager. Still got this nice pillowy head. Excellent dough ball smell with a bit of hop coming through. I'm not sure what hops they're using, and I can't wait to dive into this one, which I'll certainly do. I'm going to give it a sip. Why not?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, real gentle on your tongue. For as doughy as it smells, you're getting a real flavorful kiss on the tongue, right on the center of your tongue. Very simple, delicious, a little bit of effervescence with that doughiness that sticks around, which is actually might not be fully the dough, could be a little bit of the little bit of the yeast, kind of holding it onto your tongue. Oh wow, it's really good. So I'm gonna give it some thought, and it's not like one of those beers that requires a lot of thought, but in order to find the golden lining, the golden ticket to this one, it's probably going to take a little bit of sipping and trying to track it down. But there's some of that crackeriness also, as well as that nice dough. Isn't like a super raw dough, but it's really a gentle dough, almost like a Portuguese, but not sweet. It's a lot less sweet than you'd think. More on like the watery side than not fully water. You taste the water, and it's nice glacial water from Connecticut, right in that area. This is fine beer, and I'm going to sip on it for a while and give it some thought. Two Roads, Connecticut.
Very nice.
I'm feeling like a slob here today. I took a little nap on the couch after my stressful day.
Beer's good after that.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It has a nice taste. It's nice, pleasant beer. It's got a little of a pale maltiness that's kind of dragging on. I like it.
Well, you get 0% of those beers, Ron. That stinks. Oh well.
Louisiana gets 0%. Hey, there's James.
Hey, here's the glacial waters.
Hey, you know what, James? What's up?
All right.
James first.
All right. I got this beer called Separatist Project Cream Ale.
Separatist. Sounds political.
Separatist. Yeah, I couldn't get on the internet with my desktop, so I'm on my phone. And then it froze on the phone too. 5% alcohol by volume, classic cream ale. What the hell does this mean? Smooth and crushable?
It means it's so light in ABV and body, you could just knock them back. You can crush them.
Crushable. Yeah, it's all these exotic terminology with booze. Cold straight from the can. Well, it's in the can, so naturally it has to be straight from the can. It's like a car dealer commercial. An American classic cream ale, yeah, again with the crushable. Bonded by a love of fermentation. Yeah, right. Okay. Now let me open it up and pour it. Yeah, bonded by my bowel movements. Check. Oh, no, it's pretty light. I mean, for a cream ale, high on the effervescence. Gee, no aroma at all.
Wow.
The separate. I think I'm going to separate my the contents of my wallet next time I see this on the shelf. Well, if it's hazy, hot, and humid, and you're real thirsty, you can definitely knock back plenty of these, like Eric said. I mean, it has a refreshing, clean flavor, but not much of anything else. I think Coronas and Modelo Specials are definitely have more flavor than this. It's a little too light for me for such a serious name for a supposed cream ale. I'm disappointed. This is for people that with a lot of twinkle in their eyes and light in their loafers.
Lighten the loafers.
Not for me.
Maybe they're separating the body from the scent and the flavor.
Definitely from the flavor, man.
It's like when I was in Venezuela back in the what was it, the early 90s. There was a beer called Polar with a polar bear on it, and it was really weak. I mean, it was like it reminded me of Tecate. Tecate I thought was pretty weak, but it's not worth saying anything else about it. I mean, it's definitely not Genesee cream ale. So for a so-called craft beer brewery putting out a cream ale, I would say this cream did not rise to the top. So that's it. To the next.
Is there a sulfur smell to that beer by any chance?
Sulfur.
The last
it's like it's like trying to breathe in trying to detect an aroma on seltzer.
Wow.
The last crafty cream ale I had a sulfur note to it, and I couldn't get over it.
Separatist. What is this called again? The beer separatist project. Yeah, I detect that many of their customers will be one-time customers. They will be separated from purchasing this again because I won't get it again. But if you're real thirsty and it's hot, this is something you can definitely drink plenty of.
So is it from Montreal or California or something?
Let me see.
Got the magnifying glass.
The magnifying glass, yeah. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it just has all the warnings, which I doubt anyone's going to get that intoxicated. Brewed
Get pregnant drinking that.
Separatist Beer Project, Pittston, not Pittsburgh, Pittston, Pennsylvania. They should call it Piston. 2 S. Piston.
Good luck buying that
Piston.
in PA.
It's crapola, like Archie Bunker used to say. Crapola. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hello, people. And thank you.
Separatist.
Thank you, people. We're going to separate from that beer review, I guess, here. Kind of a local, I guess it is a local beer. And I saw it on the shelf, and it intrigued me with the collaboration that I'm getting out of this one. There is Nightshift Brewing Company involved in this one, and a local brewery in a couple of towns over from me called CB Crew, if you can even read that, which you can't. Crew Brew. They're in Raynham, Massachusetts. Nightshift being out of Everett, Massachusetts. This beer is actually brewed and canned by Crew Brewery, Raynham, under special agreement with Everett, Massachusetts, and Nightshift Brewing Company. This is their Night Crew, CRUE. There you go. And it's an American Strong Ale. And if you're writing this down, Michael Komaroff, this is 8%, 8.0% beer. The Crew Brew website says that this is, it contains notes of caramel, plum, and grapefruit pith. A portion of the proceeds from this beer will be donated to the Shelton Johnson Scholarship Fund, which is helping senior citizens be able to get their post-secondary degrees. Wow.
Holy cow. What a waste that sounds
cool,
like.
Yes. You always want
keep their driver's licenses too?
Yeah. Well, we got like that purplish kind of barley wine plum looking color, if you ask me, on that one. It kind of looks more brown, but yeah, actually, yeah, there's a good look at the purple color with the 3 or so finger head, maybe 2, yeah, 2.5. And there is a good amount of carbonation and a lot of really fine particulates. There you go. Nothing too chunky or anything, but it is a sediment-rich beer. There's the carbonation. There's your head. Good camera. Great camera. Thank you. Thank you, camera. Yeah, ooh. There's a very yeasty, bready smell to it. There's maybe it's sort of going, is it like rye bread kind of? Yeah, there's kind of a spicier hop zing to it. Definitely plums, definitely figs, definitely raisins, dark fruits in this one. There's definitely a little bit of the molasses. And 8%, a little bit, not much there. It just smells like a very fruity, dark fruity, rich, bready style beer. So let me take a sip on that. It kind of has a light barley wine smell. Cheers to all of you in the Night Crew. Cheers.
Cheers, Thomas Metal.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers. You smell any pumpernickel in there?
A little bit.
Or just
I think that's a good description. So I don't know. You people just saw how much I just took a drink off of that. At 8%, we're getting an extremely light side of medium body. Dangerous, Will Robinson. At $3.99 a can at the brewery, you could tank some and waste some money. But yeah, pumpernickel bread, rye bread. It's a good analogy there, James. Lots of really sort of spicier style hoppy notes. There's some pepperiness in there. Definitely plums, raisins, figs. Maybe a little bit of like a dark cherry, but not too much of that. Definitely a nice toasty pumpernickel bready note to it. Definitely, I mean, there's a little bit of the alcohol once it dries. You can get a little bit of the warming sensation. You're getting, and then it kind of almost goes a little bit citrus fruity. Well, like they were talking about the grapefruit pith before it actually dries. There's a little tiny oiliness to the glass of just a little bit, and I'm kind of getting that at the end of the sip. It kind of feels like the legs of the beer look like it's kind of got an oily complexion, and it's slowly trickling down and kind of dissipating from the upper palate somewhere around this particular region. Ooh. I mean, this might even be like a little bit of like a coffee bitterness towards the end of that one. Just a little bit like if you've had black coffee and you breathe out a little bit, you kind of get that bitterness thing going on with it. I mean, nice, soft, silky mouthfeel, perfect amount of bubbles. And definitely as it dries, you get more of the 8%, but it never gets too hot. I think it's right at the perfect level of balance between it tastes like a bigger beer, but it really does come at you in a very approachable manner. So this is actually really good, really dangerous. I never thought an 8% American strong ale would be drinkable. That could be a negative to some people. To me, it's a positive because I can actually really enjoy my beer pretty well. But I'll try to relax a little bit, get my thoughts together, and we'll come back for a score, people. But I think it's going to be a high one. Cheers.
Hey, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Kind of similar to another favorite beer of yours, Arrogant Bastard Ale, 7.2%.
Yeah, I almost think the Arrogant Bastard is more focused on hops. It has a way bigger body. So if for whatever reasoning, for some reasoning, Mobile, Alabama gets this particular night shift beer, and you wanted something like an Arrogant Bastard with more drinkability, less hops, but you liked the malt bill, this beer kind of would fit the bill for you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Chatio.
Hey.
Patio, what's going on, man?
Well, I thought I was out of stuff to drink, but then I got home, and I'm not doing it because I think it's been overdone, but I did remember I had KBS, but was digging in my freezer, and I ended up finding a shooter of Bacardi lime. So
Yes!
I figured, what
Just when you thought you were out, Chatio, we pulled you back in.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I thought I was out of everything, so I was like, oh, well, that works for it's Wildcard Wednesday. And I don't know. I've never described or given a review for rum or any hard alcohol, so forgive me for some sloppiness. All right. Pour it in my glass like Sue. Should have got nice, but whatever. It's from the freezer. Clear. That's about all I can say about that. See a smell. Getting a little bit of the lime, but I'm picking up mostly rum from the aroma. There's a lime. It almost reminds me of like a lemon lime soda type of a lime aroma from it. Give it a taste. It's actually really good. Good balance with the lime and the rum flavor. So bravo for Bacardi and bravo for random stuff in my freezer.
Bacardi's a great product. I love their logo. I love their whole Puerto Rican, Cuban heritage.
Yeah, this is good. I'm happy I found it. Take the edge off of today from work. Yes. All right. Yeah. No whole lot to say about that. It's got a little bit of a bite on the back end, but nothing too bad. This guy has a bigger bite.
Get yourself some Diet Coke and make that sucker last, Chatio.
Yep.
Okay, now here we go. This is the scoring part. I'm going to give my, and we're going to add everybody. I'm going to give my double India pick. Yeah, Chatio, stay around because we got to get your score. Nobody better drop off without doing a score. Remember, Jean-Pierre. All right.
Guilty! Even the dog agrees.
We forgive you. All right. Oh, we were talking about going to Mobile, trying to go this month, but I don't know with all this Cocoa V. I don't know what's going to happen, but I wanted to go over there, and David Garlipe said I would do it. You know, like one Saturday, getting there in the morning and coming back at night. So think about that, because the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th are those dates.
You said 22nd of December?
Yeah, maybe we better wait till next year, you thinking?
No. You said 22nd of this year. I think that's a possibility because I'm going to be off Christmas week. So I think we can make
I
that
said
happen.
we could go. Yeah, I said we could go the 12th, the 19th, or the 26th.
Either or, man. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you gotta talk to me.
Make it the 26th. The 12th. When is the 12th? When is the 12th, by the way? That's this weekend coming up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And what was the other? Said 19th. Did the 19th?
26th. The next three Saturdays.
Yeah,
the next 3 Saturdays.
Yeah, the 19th is good. Let's do the 19th. 19th is a plan, my friend.
Well, it's not a plan yet, but we're going to work on it. I got to talk to my travel partner. You understand? All right. If he can't go, I'll go solo. Anyway, now to the scoring. Now we're going to get off travel plan to go have a beer review meetup. But I'm going to score. I'm going to score this Bosom double IPA. I like it a lot. It's really kind of strange though, but I like the bitterness. The bitterness saves it because it just like kind of punches you in the face a little bit. But golly gee, $4.99 a 6-pack. Oh, I could get a habit drinking this. And I want to go get the single IPA. I've got some heavy lift vessel in the fridge. You know, there's 7.5. What is it? 7.5%. American Strong Ale. It's a dark ale. Boy, that thing will get you rolling along. But I won't show that tonight. Tomorrow morning I have Dawn Busters. We have 2 Canadian whiskeys, so join on up at the break of dawn. But I'm going to score it to 93. I think it's the most excellent product. 10 years ago, I would have scored it at 73, I bet you. That's how much they've improved it. Just goes to show you a beer company can improve their products. Or if you watch David and I, when we did our review of Oscar Blues Death by Coconut, a product can decline in a disastrous manner. We couldn't get over that. That was scary. All right. So I'm going to drop off of the hangout. Good night, everybody. Thank
Take care,
you.
Jay. We'll see
I
you
want to thank my
Sunday.
Good night, Mr. T. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. I want to
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. I want to thank myself for letting me join my own hangout. And you're welcome. You're welcome. And so and I'll be back on tomorrow, but I might make some comments and whatnot. But if you see that the video ends, that's because I killed it. But I'm out of here, and then now Michael's gonna give his score, and then Bumpy Road's gonna give his score, and then Beverage Ramble's gonna give his score, and so on.
Okay. So on this Walter's Pilsner, which I think is a fine beer, I am going to give it a 92, which is at the bottom of the A range, bordering on A-, but it's still an A, and I recommend it, and I think it's a really fine beer. Relatively cheap as far as the price goes as well. So, I liked it.
That's a good review. Simple. Alex, the beer master, tends to put it that way. That's a solid endorsement.
All right. So I guess that's am I next?
Sure.
Sorry. Difficulties with a teenage kid that doesn't want to listen.
No, don't do that. No.
So
where are you, Krampus?
Krampus, yes.
So this beer, anyways, the Patter 6. Like I said, it's pretty light flavored across the board. You know, when you're thinking about like the big flavors that you get out of the quads and the Dubels and stuff like that, to get something like this Yeah, the ABV is almost 7%. It's a 6.7% ABV. The ABV is well hidden. It is easy to drink, but the flavors are just so muted throughout, and the aromas and everything. It's exactly what it is. It's a watered down version of something else. So this is my first time ever having this style. So can I really try to pinpoint it on like a style basis as to how good it is in this style? I don't really know. So all I can go by is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And to me, this is like an 82 out of 100. It's got some flavors there, but just not enough.
The Patter's beer, the single, that's like a beer style, if I'm not mistaken, where the Belgian brewers kind of have leftover grains and brewing ingredients, and they try to get one last final beer out of these ingredients.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's sort of where you're stuck in the middle of, well, they already stripped out the flavor. Here's what you're going to get at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's super watered down type flavor. But it still has some flavor. So that's why I'm at an 82. I mean, it's if this was an IPA and it was flavored this lightly, it'd be pretty devastatingly horrible. But it's not. For Multi Monday, it does look like the coffee porter is the winner. So next Multi Monday would be coffee porters. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern time on Monday on my channel. Everybody's welcome to the panel as long as you bring the beer that we're doing. So, cheers.
8 p.m.
Cheers.
I'm agitated. Sorry.
He's at it.
Isn't that like 2 nights in a row you had like subpar beers?
Oh, well.
Yeah,
What do you
I have a
got,
lot of subpar beers. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
That
Yeah,
kind
I
of
thought so.
fits
Gold teeth.
that fits his mood tonight.
Okay, whose turn is it? Me?
Let's go
Sure.
with Sean. Yes, sure.
All right. Yeah, for the Cahaba Brewing Oka Yuba IPA, which is a standard traditional American IPA, I'm going to give this beer a B+. There's nothing really extravagant about it, except for maybe the fact that ABV is a little higher, 7.5%. Outside of that, it has those traditional flavors, very citrusy, but more hop forward than anything, very malty. It's good. Outside of that, I guess it's just, doesn't have, I don't know. I was asking whether, it's not an Imperial, I guess, but it's a good IPA. And I think also, once again, if you see a lot of my reviews, it shows that those folks in Alabama make some good beers. Jason.
Hey! Where's the beer?
They make some good beers here in the state. So, yeah, I'm going to go B+, close to an A- on this one. So the Cahaba IPA, Oka Yuba IPA, very good beer from the brewery. So that is my score. So that'll be let's see, an 8 point, I guess an 89 score, 88, 89 score, B+. There you go.
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. About to hit the ice and listen to some Christmas music for an hour before I go to bed.
There you go.
Not my cup of tea, but good luck.
I've yet to have a Jenny Ice, but they come pretty well recommended. I heard they're a little on the sweet side for what they
I heard
are.
they were on the freezer burn side.
Well, freezer burn. I thought it was ice house.
Like if you took ice cubes and you put it in a Ziploc bag and then you put it in the back of the freezer and then you melted the ice. Doesn't that sound great, Shay?
Yeah.
Each $1.19 for that giant can in Massachusetts. Can't complain though.
$1.19 for the ice house too, right? Isn't that about $1 maybe?
Yeah. All depends where you are. For me, I could get it 99 cents for the 25-ounce can of Genesee Ice, cream ale, and the light.
Wow. They have a big tall
Dang.
can of cream ale. I would drink that because you get over 5% alcohol in those.
Yep,
And
yep.
they're
Yes.
excellent. Since 1960, baby, Jenny Light or Jenny Cream has been doing their thing.
I like that.
Now, if I had a time machine, I was saying a minute ago, I would go back in time to Waterbury, all that kind of Waterbury, Connecticut area,
Ooh, why?
and try to find Hull's beer. They had a cream ale that I had never tried, and I'll go to garage sales and I'll see the signs for that. For
Otherwise, I
sale.
don't go to Waterbury.
You wouldn't go to Waterbury? It's a little Latino at this point, but I mean, that's great. I'm sure they have a taco truck on every corner.
I just drive by it on the highway.
That's where the Holy Land is.
Yeah.
I
really want to get Utica more down here, but Eric, I know, and Nina, I know you're about to do your score, but I'm sure you saw my Narragansett review.
Oh, yeah.
I was able to find Narragansett lager in Georgia. Picked it up with I bought a 6-pack, 6-ounce can, $4.99
Oh,
in Georgia. And
better than my price, actually.
Now, I've never tried Bush Ice. Have you had that in your area, Jean?
You used to, but now no longer here. I have to drive an hour and 10 minutes to Pensacola to get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
But I know Jay down where he is in Louisiana has Bush Ice, so but go ahead, Nina.
Yeah.
As far as the Two Roads go, little taste of this left. This is a very good beer, yet it doesn't have any particulars to it, like a hoppy note. I'm almost getting that creamy note, though, that you get from a cream ale, and everything's very pleasant about this beer. It's very crafty, it has a very craft note to its finish. It just seems really high end. And again, I think it's as simple as very good water when it comes to having a very good beer, like a lot of the ones you find in Connecticut. I mean, I've tried the Beard beers. I've tried this beer a few times. I feel like I'm pretty well acquainted with a lot of the Two Roads Brewery stuff, and I always think it's very, very nice. I've never had a beer that I didn't, enjoy to some degree from them. Even their IPAs, and I don't drink a lot of IPAs. So highly recommend the Two Roads Brewery. I would choose their Pilsner last, but if you can get the Cruise Control Lager, Helles Lager, if you will, give it a shot. I'm going to go for like a 95 on this. I think it's very good, and I think it's worth, paying the $11 for a 6-pack. And if you get the opportunity, please check it out. I've heard from CBP, Trish, that they have, this beer up in New Hampshire at their Costco, apparently. So, check them out. And 95, well-deserved score. It's not like a very taste-forward, flavor-forward. You're not getting a ton of flavor, but the flavors you're getting are very pleasant, very enjoyable, very staple, very basic. You got to have your, back to basic once in a while. It's like hopscotch. You know what I mean? You just need the simple stuff. So, 95. Check it out.
Sweet. A beer time. Channel YouTube. We're doing that. Crew Brew Brewery from Raynham, Massachusetts, and collaboration of Nightshift Brewery, their Night Crew, their American Strong Ale, 8%. If that's a strong ale, okay. I mean, it's kind of strange because I would have never thought in a million years that I would be drinking an American Strong Ale and pretty much telling you for the most part that it's a refreshing, easy drinking beer for what it is. It's actually strangely refreshing. It's got the right carbonation. It's got the right fluffy mouthfeel. I don't know if they're using flaked wheat or flaked oats or white wheat malt, but it's a fluffy, delicious, slightly sticky mouthfeel in the beer. I mean, that's kind of what you want from the American Strong Ale. You want some more of that chewier malt, just a little bit, and you're getting that, and you want a little bit of that percentile, but you are getting a little bit of it. It's not. I'm not telling you people that it's void of any big American Strong Ale characteristic. You're getting lots of it at the end of the sip. You're getting the big pith of that grapefruit. You're getting that big grapefruity IBU, not known, but you're getting the big grapefruit hoppy bitterness at the back end, and then you're getting some of the heat afterwards in the bigger build of the 8%, but nothing too crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. I've been thinking about the score, and I think I'm going to go with like around a 94 on this one, definitely. I think, what do I think? What do I think? If anything, maybe they could have done something to ramp up the body, give it a bigger mouthfeel, maybe more malt in this one. I think they probably even could have used more malt in the beer, and it might not have got any more. It wouldn't really necessarily been any more on the too sweet. It wouldn't have been on the too sweet side. Let me put it that way. I think it's appreciably, is that a word? Appreciably hoppy enough. I think it's hoppy enough in the back end that if you put some more malt in it and try to give it a little bit more malty flavor and complexity that way, and try to ramp up the body, the mouthfeel of the beer, I think it would not come across too sweet. But other than that little itty bitty tiny complaint, and that it's $3.99, which maybe is not so bad for a really, really, really good craft beer, kind of surprised. Now, your mileage may vary. If you would give an American Strong Ale such a high rating when I'm saying it's got a soft, creamy, velvety, easy drinking kind of a style body, which may not be what you think of for the style. So again, your mileage may vary on actual rating, but I will stand for it.
I've been impressed with what I've seen from them. I haven't tried the crew.
Very good. Nothing.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Nothing too off. 94 out of 100.
Okay, really that's what it was. Now, James, what do you your atrocity there?
Well, I want to ask Eric, is it possible for ice cubes to get freezer burn? I know glacier ice probably doesn't get freezer burn, but anyway, before I give the score, I want to show Ronald J. Theriot what I got at Whole Foods. I got some smoked andouille sausage, a few packages of this, where the pigs are not given hormones or antibiotics. So hopefully,
wow.
I'm sure this company tastes great.
What's the name of the company?
This one is the same one that makes the kielbasa and the chorizo, Welshire. Welshire, all natural, smoked andouille sausage, and then they have a chorizo, and they have different smoked sausages. And I tried the kielbasa, and the chorizo was excellent. So I'm going to try this andouille. Now, getting back to the Beer Separatist Project, classic cream. I give this, as far as cream ales go, I give this a 50% out of 100. Because this, for the price, which wasn't extravagant, but it wasn't cheap either, this is a crap. Shame on you, the people that own the brewery, the Chislers Hall of Shame. You are inducted.
Holy crap!
You should be freezer burned and cryogenically preserved in the permafrost.
Now Chatio's going to score his Bacardi lime.
Yeah, Bacardi lime, 35%. One shot of this, or the airplane bottle, whatever you guys want to call it, not feeling anything. That might be actually a good thing, but yeah. No, I was as just a mostly beer drinker. I don't really hit hard alcohol very often. That was kind of a good, pleasant change. The lime flavor with the rum flavor, it was just great relationship between them. They worked well together, and it was very enjoyable, even though it was, that big. Real quickly on the score, probably a 93. Nina's right. I needed some Coca-Cola or something with it just to make it last longer. But I'll give it a 93.
I have to say that I've been very extremely pleased with any Bacardi product I've tried. They got it going on, man. Okay, now it's promo time. It's promo time. So, Bacardi Black is good too. I'm gonna say tomorrow morning, like I already said, promo time. I already said that I got Canadian whiskey tomorrow. I got Seagram's Canadian Hunter, introduced in 1984 by Seagram's, who went out of business 20 years ago in an embarrassing collapse. Biggest liquor company in the world went out of business in like a few weeks. Then it's going to go up against James Fox, another Seagram's brand that was introduced in 1975. But both of these whiskeys were sold to Sazerac in 1989. So Seagram's had some massive internal problems, but I can still get these products, so it's cool. And, talking about American Strong Ales, I bought this at Trader Joe's. Eric might be interested in this. This is Bosoms 8. Yeah, heavy lift vessel. It's an American Strong Ale. It's
a wee strong
7%.
Yeah.
A wee
80 IBUs. Yeah, 80 IBUs, 7%, and it's $4.99 a six-pack. $4.99 a six-pack, babe. Now, Beverage Ramble's off doing his whatever he's doing. Now, any promos, Nina? She got a cap on.
I should show off this can that I had from earlier. I drank this earlier. It's the Dick Pills.
Wow. I'm not gonna like that.
The ladies will love it.
Okay.
Anyway, it says that these are for daily use, and this was brewed in Westerly, Rhode Island.
Holy
It's
what?
the Pilsner brewed with Callista hops.
Oh, great. All right.
It was so delicious. It wasn't actually as good as their regular Pilsner, which is the Poor Judgment Pilsner. But it has this strange label with what I believe is the doppelganger of Miscellaneous Magnets, who we had on the show earlier today.
No.
So, I just felt that I should show this can. And I mean, a lot of these Pilsners that I've tried from Westerly, Rhode Island have been quite phenomenal. I would recommend that Poor Judgment Pilsner if anyone can get their hands on it. It comes in at 6% alcohol. This was just shy of that. I think this was a 5.8 on the Dick Pills. But yeah, right next to Connecticut, not as far north, about an hour short of Two Roads. But as far as shout outs, I got nothing really going. In fact, I don't know. I had a stressful day, and maybe I'll have to find some comfort food this week to make a short video of. We'll see.
Places are open in Rhode Island.
Yeah, we are on a 2-week pause. From,
You're on a 2-week. Shut up and listen. Listen to government.
What happened to Miscellaneous Magnets? He
must have got. I don't
Something must have pulled him in the other direction real quick. Oh, it's Charlie Barker or Baker.
No, Baker. He's very disappointed.
I thought it was gonna. I thought Miscellaneous Magnets was gonna present his products. So,
Florida man.
Well, I'm just gonna say he probably had an internet failure. Ozzy. I'm gonna say he probably had an internet failure because I know he wouldn't have just left without doing his thing. So we'll get. All right, Eric. That's very adult of you. We're gonna. I'll talk to Miscellaneous off air about what happened, but unfortunately, if he doesn't give his total rundown, his thing gets disqualified from the examination. But anyway, so James and Chadio and everybody is here. And now, and Nina, if you do a comfort food video, I may watch that depending on the comfort food you're reviewing. Now, Bumpy Road, you got some promos probably for a hangout. I'm not going to be able to join because I probably won't be able to find it. But anyway, go, go, go.
Oh yeah.
Michael Komarov had to drop off. I know why Michael Komarov dropped off, because he had to do the follow-up hangout with John and Illy on Belgian-style ales.
Whoa.
They always do these super secret hangouts, and then they tell us 10 minutes before that. Anybody can join. Just go find
they're
this
doing a Belgian
Belgian
style ale. I just drank one. Damn it.
Are they drinking champagne?
That was what I had.
Oh man.
John and Illy,
American
John and Illy, and
Michael
I like John and Neely and Michael Komarov's strategy. They'll say, anybody can join if you have a Northeastern Laotian peanut butter stout. You can join up. I don't have one of those right now, but thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Bumpy Road's going to promo. Well, I thought he was going to promo something. He disappeared. All right. Any other
I
promo?
had Belgian ales. I don't.
Oh. Cool.
No, yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, it's just the Multi Monday coming up is the coffee porter. So it gives you like 5 days to go out and get a coffee porter.
Should be easy.
Can coffee stout pass in the porter category?
No, a stout will not pass in the porter category.
Porter.
It has to be a coffee porter. It can be a coffee porter that has other things as well, as long as
Get
there
a
is
peanut butter in it.
Don't coffee in it. You're good.
What if I get a porter? What if I get a porter and pour coffee in it?
Nah, we can't do that. Don't get a porter, right?
That's creative.
I mean, yeah, you can. It's I don't know. It's like a.
You're writing it on his hand, literally.
You know,
I am
like a
going
home brewer. I'm
going to a nice.
I'm not gonna put a whole pot of coffee to do that. All right, what were you saying, Chadio?
I said I'm writing it down on my hand because my neighbor's going to a nice liquor store to pick up his son from work next door. So I'm like, can I go with you? So coffee porter's on my hand. So I'm looking forward to that on Monday. Rest of this week, I have a Founders beer coming out, Breckenridge Brewery beer coming out, Colorado Native beer coming out that I reviewed on the channel. So look forward to releasing those, and I look forward to your comments.
Yeah.
Boom.
I might have actually seen a Dunkin' Porter for sale as a single right next to those really neat holiday Budweiser cans.
Oh, yeah.
I can't bring myself to buy the 30-pack of those because I would hate to have the holiday can beyond the holiday, and I would hate to drink 30 beer is in, 14 days.
That sounds like a new advent calendar just started. All right, 30 beers in 14 days. Jeebus. All right. I'll do a little thing here. Thomas Metal 75 channel, YouTube, Masters of Beer Reviews. Search for search for Massachusetts Beer Reviews on Facebook. I got a group where we discuss all things beer, and I post, well, at least I try to post recaps and links to the beers that I've reviewed. We can discuss there. We can discuss here. We can discuss beers on Jay Terrio's channel on Wednesday nights. Know what the ABV on the Beer Trucks channel tonight. We'll try to get scheduled on that next week. I probably can join Alex the Beer Master Food Friday. Why not? It's peanut butter and jelly in a beer. All right,
Eric, what did you just say? There's no
what the ABV tonight. I got an email from our good buddy Mike at the Beer Chugs that says what the ABV tonight.
Oh, I got an email too.
You're doing well.
Okay, I see it now. I finally read my email. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Well, yes, James, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peanut butter and jelly and beer on Alex the Beer Master channel.
Mm-hmm. And sports fans should definitely check out Mikey's show on Saturday. Mikey and his father put out a great sports coverage. You know, it's a good running show. It's been going for a good while now, and good information, good company. A lot of people stop in. Yep, check it out.
10:30 Eastern Standard Time. a.m.
What is it called? Sports Chug.
Out Sunday
Sports
with
Chug.
John and Millie. That is, he tells you, we can give you the link if you want.
I've been
Oh, yeah,
doing
South Sunday.
progressive discussions.
Your turn. Yes, sir.
I've been doing progressive discussions every Friday now at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with one of my original co-hosts, Mick Von Raven. So that's my phone.
I should be able to join you guys this Friday if you want to include Thomas Meadow.
Now,
Yeah,
James, you ever come to New Orleans? You ever come to New Orleans? There's a place you and I can go to. It's called the Kosher Cajun Deli.
Okay. They have nice liver in that place, smoked chopped liver.
They call it the Rising Sun.
Chopped livers.
It's called the Kosher Cajun.
Well, I don't know. Kosher Cajun. I want. Listen. I don't want turkey this or chicken that. I want pork. I want that head. I want that good head cheese, freshly made.
Yeah, you won't be getting any pork products at the Kosher Cajun Deli, but anyway,
get a couple of different things and then try some beers with it and see what goes well with it.
You know, it'd be funny. You know, they say that some people can accept the transplanted organ from a pig because they're very similar to humans. What if a mad doctor put a pig organ into a Jewish person? How would they react? How would they react later on?
I don't know. Dr. Morgus. You got to
I
watch
think
Dr.
they'd be all linked up.
Right.
Dr. Mengele?
Yeah. Well,
Mort Goldman.
No, not Dr. Mengele.
As long as it was a Chinese doctor, I think you'd be all set.
Yeah. Well, down here, we were perpetuated with Dr. Morgus, who tried to make a blood bank from mosquitoes, and he also built a kit where you could buy make your own home nuclear reactor in your house. And so if you ever want to watch some really interesting episodes, look at Dr. Morgus on YouTube. He also built the world's first artificial heart. The only problem was that it was as big. The only problem is it was as big as like a closet. So you had to walk around with this huge closet that you were carrying around. He said it wasn't perfected. But he said he thought eventually it'd be the size of a wristwatch, but it was an artificial heart. And he invented that in 1965. And but anyway, that's Dr. Morgus. But
they hooked you up to a artificial heart when you're having open heart surgery, I believe, something that adds oxygen to your blood, keep you going while you're on ice that whole time, and you're, be at a transplant or what have you. So he must have been on to something. I mean, that was real technology.
Well, if you watch the video on YouTube, right, Iron Man, he stepped on a landmine in Vietnam. Now, if you watch YouTube, they have Dr. Morgus's video from 1965, and he did open heart surgery live on air with an unwilling patient, but he assured the man he would be okay. And then later he said, "Well, it didn't quite work out." But anyway, James P. Bernardus.
Illegal these days.
Did he hit him with a mallet for anesthesia? Did he use like the Three Stooges? Use a mallet?
No, you got to watch the video. It's very strange. And watch the home nuclear reactor kit video. Now, James is going to close us out with he didn't open us up with the bells because he wasn't on, unfortunately. But he's going to close us out with a musical accompaniment.
No, I did. I did ring the bells.
I heard a couple of bells.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I heard the jangle, but I didn't hear the 7. Okay.
Oh, you didn't.
Now James is going to close us out. Oh, right.
Oh, all right.
Boy, yo, yo.
I started a trend, right?
Look at the grouse.
It's like a mini didgeridoo.
Mm-hmm.
Do that in Australia.
It's the Night
Iceberg,
Rider.
freezer burn, glacial water. Arr! You have just departed from the ship to the plank from our insane fermented beverage show.
And get ready, because I think in 2021 we're going to do an evening hour, at least 1 hour long professional wrestling video where people are going to do question and answer, and James and Nina and other people are going to do the answer, and the viewers are going to ask the questions. So get ready for beer. Get ready for beer. That's right. Get ready for beer drinking, whiskey drinking, wine drinking, and question and answer wrestling, professional wrestling videos. I think you guys would like that, would you not?
Who
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't?
Sure.
I
We'd
don't know
have to
anything
put on a
about that.
wrestling leotard for that.
I don't know.
Leotard.
I just sit and listen. I just listen because a lot of the guys on here know a lot about it. I just listen. It's pretty interesting that they know so much.
I'm going to
Nothing
drop
like
out. Ron,
Saturday
thank
Night
you for
Wrestling.
having
All
me
right.
on tonight.
We're all you're welcome. You're welcome. We're all taking off. Beverage Ramble is around, but he's not around. You know what I mean? James is gone. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. And yes, James will do. He'll be one of the main guys in the pro wrestling video. But I know there's other people on here that have some insight on that. Anyway, thanks, Nina. And
Thank you
Eric,
for having me, Ron. And thanks for putting up with us.
Thank you for having us.
I'm going to do
Thanks,
my best
Bumpy
to bring
Road.
a better beer next week.
That's okay. And Michael Komarov and Michelin's Magnus for a few
Miscellaneous.
seconds.
He was there.
For a few seconds, and everybody else. So everyone, take care now.
Cheers.